Today we're going to go through the best player at each Premier League side in the 10-11 season. Obviously this is just my opinion, so if you disagree, please let me know your thoughts below in the comments section. Without further ado, let's begin. Starting with Arsenal, I've gone with Samir Nasri. During the 10-11 season he was elite, registering 10 goals and an assist in 28 starts. I know he won the league at Man City, but personally I think that was a terrible move for his overall career. Next, I've gone with Ashley Young. This was his final season with Aston Villa, where he scored 9 goals in 40 games. Man United would acquire him in the summer of 2011. Across the city we go to Birmingham. I've chosen Roger Johnson. He was a stalwart in their defence, playing all 38 games that season. He also helped the club win the League Cup. I may be alone on this one, but I've gone with Phil Jones. He was actually pretty good for Blackburn. He was a versatile member of their squad, playing along the back line and in defensive midfield. It's hard to believe Blackpool were in the Premier League 13 years ago. For them, I've selected Charlie Adam. It could have been DJ Campbell, but I think Adam scoring 12 goals from midfield in that side is pretty impressive. Sticking in Lancashire, next it's Bolton, and I've gone for Gary Cahill. This was probably his best season at the club, playing 36 games in the league and helping them to a 14th place finish. And we move on to Cahill's future side, Chelsea. So I've gone with Ashley Cole. Obviously there's a lot of talent to choose from here. The 2010-11 season wasn't their most successful as a club, but I've chosen Cole based on his consistency. Another English left-back, Leighton Baines. He played in all 38 league games, scoring 5 goals. Everton that season finished 7th. One of the most underrated players in the last few decades. In his prime, he was tireless, contributing in attack as well as defence. We move on to my club, Fulham, and it was a pretty historic season as we reached the Europa League final. Unsurprisingly, I've gone for Clint Dempsey. He registered 15 goals and assists in the league, helping Fulham to an 8th place finish. This might be controversial, as he only started 12 Premier League games in 2011, but I've gone with Suarez. In half a season after he joined from Ajax, he registered 7 goals and assists. In the coming years, he would go on to dominate the Premier League. What a player. For Man City, it's Vincent Kompany. Tevez had a great season too, scoring 20 in the league, but I think Kompany was just great in their defence. This was also the season they broke their 35-year trophy drought, winning an FA Cup. Once again, there's a plethora of talent to choose from, but I've gone with Vidic. In 2010, he played 35 league games, scoring 5 goals as United won the league. Definitely an all-time great Premier League defender. Up to the northeast, and I've gone with Kevin Nolan. Long before the days of their newfound wealth, I think Kevin Nolan was their best player. In 30 Premier League games that season, he scored 12 goals. Not bad from midfield. This might offend the footballing Puritans, but for me at Stoke, it has to be Rory Delap. You could probably argue he was limited as an overall player, but that long throw was something else. All in all, his throw-ins in the Premier League generated 24 goals. Asamoah Gyan. In the 10-11 season, he scored 10 goals as Sunderland finished 10th in the league. He didn't stick around for long in the North East though, as he left in 2011 to join the UAE Pro League. For Tottenham, I've gone with Luka Modric. This was his penultimate season in North London. He played 43 games, showing his elite playmaking in the centre of midfield. For West Brom, I've gone with Yusuf Malumbu. It could have been Odemwingie as he scored 15 goals in the league that season, but I've gone with the Congolese. He was elite as a destructive midfielder, breaking up opponents' play, and he also contributed 7 goals himself. Another destructive midfielder, Scott Parker. This was a tricky one as West Ham were relegated in 20th place that season, but overall he made 40 appearances and scored 7 goals. Our penultimate player. This was by far Charles Nzogbia's best season of his career. He'd contribute 14 goals and assists in 34 games. Curiously, he'd only scored 5 goals in his last 91 club matches before retiring in 2016. And finally, I've gone with Stephen Fletcher. During the 10-11 season, he hit 10 goals for Wolves as they narrowly avoided relegation in 17th place. He kind of lost that form at Sunderland, but in the Midlands, he was a top goal scorer. So, that concludes all 20 teams. There was plenty of talent on display in the league 13 years ago. Let me know your thoughts below of any players you'd like to have seen included. Thanks for watching this video.